One! We are back! You are just listening to AC/DC TNT.
And
welcome back to the weekly trending fandom show.
no, what's the other songs there, Arnie?
Oh,
There's only songs. One out of three that we played. So you got
the other three. We only played one other one.
Which was
The Heart of Rock and Roll by Huey Lewis and the News.
Alright. So with that, folks, we're basically back here from our actual break, and this is the weekly trending fan show being broadcast here at CKMS Sound FM 100.3 FM dial. You're not listening. You should be. So that being said, we talked over the commercial break here, and we decided to roll right into some TV stuff. Unfortunately, Dora's not here. She's trapped in this community up north called the Pita Patch, and she's
Potato Berry.
What's that?
Potato Berry.
The Potato Berry.
Yeah.
Really? That's another word for it?
I've got family up there, and they always refer to it as the Potato Berry. So
all right, Potato Berry works too. All right, and also top that, she's basically serving time at this penitentiary called Trent University. So we wish her the best of luck, and hopefully she'll serve her term respectfully and get out with good behavior. So that being said, let's roll in some TV stuff here. So how do we want to kick things off here? What do you got in your end there,
let's actually start off with Under the Dome. It really surprised me this week.
Really?
Really surprised me this week.
All right.
Started off with more of the Scooby-Doo adventures. But it really started taking really, really dark turns. I'm like, okay, that's bad. So far, we've been hearing about how the surprise new guy, Dale Barbie, has been locked up because he's been going against what the mayor of the city has been doing. Definitely a bad guy. He's been essentially selling drugs underneath the table to everyone in town. Yeah.
So basically, Stephen King is taking notes from our fantastic, respectful mayor from Toronto.
Yeah, something like that. And he's also the mayor's also been going around killing people when he really shouldn't be, and then he goes off.
Oh, he's even killing people. That's awesome.
He killed in the earlier.
So taking notes from Barack Obama.
Probably. And so we get to that point, and he's got all of the most recent happenings. He's blaming it on Dale because why not? You're fighting me, so I'm gonna put all the blame that should be on me on you. And
that makes perfect sense.
It makes perfect sense. So the only person that can get Dale out of the current predicament, the mayor's essentially wants all the police officers to go out and find her and bring her to him.
Yay!
So he can deal with that.
Surprise sex.
Essentially. Right.
I'm not even watching the show. I know this is rolling.
I'm sure Catwoman's seen that surprise before. Although it wasn't Catwoman, it was Martian Manhunter. She gets away. She doesn't end up going back and working through the deal, but what happens is the mayor goes through one of the old history books of the town, and this is I'd say it's a southern U.S. state. Yeah. So they went
into the banjo. Can be
they went into the history books, and he essentially plops it down in front of the radio DJ, and the radio DJ is African American. He's like, "So here's this. I know your heritage. Has seen this before. I was wondering if you could build this for me."
All right.
So instead of using all the fancy guns that they have in the town, he's like, "No. We're gonna show this off. We're gonna hang the guy." Like, where is this coming from? Like, what the hell?
Why does this happen?
Meanwhile, the Scooby-Doo group
Yep.
Has been found out by the actually decent police officer.
All right.
And she's like, don't do anything, don't go near it, don't touch it. This is something that everybody should know about.
Don't touch it. It is pure evil.
And then as soon as like, what happens is the dome, like the mini dome that the kids have hidden.
Yep. There's a dome within a dome now.
Yeah, it's a dome within a dome.
Oh my god.
We've talked about this before.
I know. It just gets funnier every time we mention it.
Well, the dome within the dome has had a monarch butterfly that has just come out of its chrysalis, and it starts bouncing around and hitting the mini dome. As it's hitting the mini dome, it starts turning black. Like instead of the clear mini dome, it's going to a black mini dome.
Oh, that's awesome.
And the real dome starts blackening out.
Oh, wonderful.
So that goes all like pitch black.
It sounds like a movie.
Yeah. It sounds like a movie. After that, the police officer lady goes, you know what? That's it. Someone has to deal with this. I'm going to touch it. She goes, she touches it, and then gets shot back in the room against the wall.
Yeah.
And she's unconscious for a couple of hours. Exciting times.
Sounds like it.
At the end of the episode, we've got Dale in the noose, about to be hung. We've got psychotic son.
Yep.
Is
living in the basement.
Yep.
The reason why parents should actually open up their attics versus their basement to their kids.
Yep. He's on the. He's essentially the one with the trapdoor. And his dad is yelling at him to pull the trigger, essentially. Meanwhile, the Scooby-Doo crew has just recently done something and has caused the dome to go intensely white.
So it basically goes from black to no longer transparent, but pure white.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Pure white and just blazing light at people. So
that's us in terms of the laser beam.
Yeah, pretty much. A giant laser beam coming from a full 180 degree.
You know, when I was younger, I remember when television plots were quite simple. Little TV show called V that came out there. And not V for Vendetta, just V.
Yep.
And the coolest part behind this one show is when for lack of a misogynist term, the lizard chick basically grabs his guinea pig and she stretches her jaw all the way open and shoves the whole thing in one bite. That was television back in the 80s. Not this convoluted back and forth between black and white, transparent domes within domes, parents, and basically the underlying message: why you shouldn't put your children in the basements because they turn psychotic. Plus, on top of that, new updated Scooby-Doo. Like, this is getting really complicated pretty quick, if you know what I mean.
Really complicated, yeah. I completely agree.
Yeah.
But they left it off on a very, very powerful cliffhanger.
All right, that's good. All right, so we'll leave it from that. You know what? How about this? As everyone knows, we have our own particular Facebook group, which is www.show.com/Facebook. And we'll post some more information about other stuff on that. How's that sound? Awesome. So that being said, let's talk about something that we both could talk about.
Yeah, something that we can both talk about.
Dexter! Dun, 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 dun. There you go.
Second last episode.
So what did we think of the most recent episode? What did you think of it?
Unbelievable.
You know what? I have to agree with you. It was really, really well done. Except
oh, crap.
For the last 2 minutes where the brain surgeon killer went into the writer's head and pulled his brain out and threw it on the floor.
Uh-oh.
Because I've been analyzing this for a while. I'm going, why does the Recipid not like this ending? Is it because the bad guy got away once again? Because Dexter's trying to turn over a new leaf? Or is there a little more to that? And my good friends, the answer is the former. There's a little bit more to that. And what it was is that, let's do some reverse role playing here, okay? Let's say I'm a police officer and I'm hunting down this international killer that's very hot, and she's combing around the area I happen to be in and stuff like that. And basically all the leaves are coming up there are so thin that it's ridiculous. So we'll forgive that. Yeah. There we go. Got the mic in the shot now. For the sake of television and all those people who suffer from ADD.
Yep.
But the point that gets me is this. Dexter, being smart, or smart for television that is, anonymously gives all the videos about this dude who's viciously killing all of his victims, and they show it on the television. It goes to the news sources. It goes to the police officers. There's a manhunt for this guy because it's been established within the actual parameters of the story. That has been established. But however, this international police officer doesn't see this. Not at all. And he walks into the office where the bad guy, through Dexter's actions, is captured. It's done. It's Christmas wrap. It's got a bow on top. It's like, here you go. And then the guy lets him get away.
Yeah.
And through the process, grabs one of the knives and stabs him in the actual side and shoots, oh God, what's her name?
Deborah?
Deborah, thank you. Shoots Deborah in the side. So we don't know if that hit an organ or a clean went in and out, but okay, maybe there's more stuff behind this. And this guy, this detective, it's like, what?
Yeah.
This was the true non-weekly trending Phantom Show WTF moment. And I'm going, what the hell is this? And this is the thing that I was not impressed with Dexter this week. And the thing is, it's the second last show, and the thing is that they should have went back to that part again, because there's no reason in hell that this was he an FBI agent or
this guy was a U.S. Marshal.
He's a U.S. Marshal. So basically, he is a well-documented U.S. Marshal, the whole 9 yards, and they have this very thin plot line to keep the plot going for one more episode, which is something I just don't get. You know what I mean? And also on top of that, to even add more to all this, Deborah calls it in ahead of time. So the cops knows what's going on. So we have this U.S. Marshal that A, doesn't watch television, B, doesn't listen to the precinct, and think, oh, by the way, we got the brain surgeon killer guy, and C, doesn't listen to the actual radio signals that's coming in and out of the actual station itself, and arbitrarily just shows up.
Yeah.
Just shows up. Just goes, hey.
Well,
he
didn't
guy.
show up. He was actually tailing Deborah.
No, for sure. So you ready for this? He's tailing Deborah. So he's watching and listening to what she's doing. So by epoxy, he should have a temporary police scanner inside of his actual car or whatever he's listening to.
Yeah.
So there's no reason for this at all. It's driving me mental because it's supposed to be a very well-written show. And that's the part that's really teasing me off, you know what I mean? So I'm looking at this going, really? Really? Yeah. This is how we get the final Dexter, and this is how everything leads up? It's like, oh my God, really?
I was actually looking forward to seeing that. If it would just that would be nice if they had just gone, okay, we got him, we're done. We don't have to worry about getting rid of this guy. Dexter doesn't have to kill him.
Yeah, it's like
the next episode can just be a nice, happy. Here's how everybody progresses.
The funny thing is with writing, they could do so much with that last show there. They could tip it up, they could tip it down, they could really grab the audience by the short and curly and say, hey, Dexter, you forgot about this, blah, and Dexter has to figure that out. So it's basically old Dexter versus new Dexter type of thing. They could have went in so many different directions, but with this, no, we're just going to hope that our actual audience has goldfish memory. Oh, hold on a second, someone's trying to give me a second. And basically, just run with that. And it's like, really? This is how we sign off on this fantastic series. But, however, to move forward with a fantastic series, there's rumors around the internet campfire that they may be doing a spin-off from this that may have Deborah in the forefront, which is very interesting. Should be interesting in what the last episode should have and to move forward with from there type of thing. So it looks like we may be getting some more criticals of Dexter from all this. Dexter Morgan.
Dexter Morgan.
So I guess the other question I gotta ask you: did you watch Breaking Bad at all?
No, I have not watched Breaking Bad. I've heard a lot of people talking about it.
Yeah,
but I haven't seen it.
Okay, I dig it. All right then. So basically, let's propose this question to our internet crew. internet followers, or whatever the hell we're going to call them. Because I don't like calling them followers because it puts me on a higher pedestal. So, with that being said, if people could actually listen to the show, basically chime into our Facebook group, which is www.wtfshow.com/Facebook, and tell us what is better. Is it Dexter or Breaking Bad this week that won the actual TV audience? Because that would be very, very interesting on how that plays out, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that would be a very interesting competition between those two.
For sure, and it should be pretty cool, if you know what I mean. So it should be very interesting to see what our audience thought of the both shows. Personally, I think the second episode of Dexter was stupid. Put it bluntly, really, really friggin' dumb. They could have done so much with it, but they decided not to. Look at my nice godlike T-shirt. So I'm not really impressed by this. Everything was great leading up to this one point, and I went, "What? Just throw the script over the shoulder, call it a day."
Yeah.
And it's like grab a couple of beers, Mexican beers, of course, because that's the only thing they drink on the Dexter show, and just call it an episode, call it a season done, and I'm not impressed. So it's going to be very, very difficult for me to believe in the last episode, just because this guy should have been just drawed and quartered, but he got spared because Dexter's flipping over a new leaf, which really works for me at least.
Yeah.
And then just basically wrapping up like this, it's like, what a horrible way to end this series, because I got a funny feeling that Dexter's going to get it, because it's just silliness.
I'm not sure that he's going to get it.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. Not yet.
All right. Well, it should be interesting how all that wraps up. So, fall season's coming up.
Fall season's coming up.
Fall season is coming up. And what do you think of this new fall season?
I'm specifically looking forward to 2 shows.
All right.
We've got Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yep, everyone's talking about that.
Everybody's talking about S.H.I.E.L.D. right now. Again, I've heard a couple of comments that they really hope that it doesn't turn into Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Miami. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. New York. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Special Crimes Unit.
Hopefully we could be shielded from that.
There we go. Yeah, beyond that, yeah, definitely looking forward to it. The other thing that I'm looking forward to is Michael J. Fox is stepping back into TV.
I heard about that. That seems to be really, really cool. Because we got Michael J. Fox for Lou Gehrig's getting back in the game.
Yeah.
So what did you hear about that, man?
Essentially, from what I heard, the basic premise of the show is he's a guy that has Parkinson's disease. Yeah. And he's a newscaster that got out of the business because they wanted to deal with it.
Yeah.
And now he's coming back to
awesome.
being a newscaster. And then they're going to show off how the rest of the world works. So essentially, he's playing Michael J. Fox, coming back to TV as Michael J. Fox coming back to TV. Honestly, I really hope.
How can you not make that work?
How can you not?
Well, it's going to be very interesting because basically Michael J. Fox is on the foreground of actually trying to find a cure for Lou Gehrig's. So it should be interesting if it actually finds it. Anyone else is going to find it, I personally think it's going to be him because he's got the star power, the money to back it up, and everything else like that. Plus, on top of that, I believe through stem cell research.
Stem cell, yeah.
They've managed to move along with that. So it should be very interesting in the next 5 years what takes place with all this.
Yeah,
so
most definitely.
Yeah, for sure. So so basically, again, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Should be interesting. If it spins off into Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. of Miami, New York, followed by Toronto for the Canadian audiences and stuff like that, it should be very interesting. Because on top of all that, I'm not sure if you know this, but S.H.I.E.L.D. itself has different other S.H.I.E.L.D. organizations behind it, which is kind of funny because they got SWORD, they have Hammer,
yep,
and they have a whole bunch of other stuff too, which is absolutely hilarious. So if this does well, I can see all those little acronyms slowly coming into play. So there's also another one that kind of got my interest. Masters of Sex. Have you heard of this yet?
No.
Neither have I. I just picked up on this recently. So I'm watching the preview and going, oh, how interesting. The topic is sex in a North American actual television broadcasting system. So that should be interesting how that comes together.
So
I don't think it's going to
be
for
like
the kids,
HBO. It's going to be
HBO affects the cable waves. Yeah. So, what else are you looking forward towards this new season of broadcasting?
I think that's pretty much it from my end of season broadcasting. All of the other shows that I'm really following are either not coming out yet, so we have to wait until what, next April for what is it, Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones, yep, you're correct. Also, on top of that,
South Park's not going to be showing up until at the earliest January.
Here comes the funny part with South Park. I really haven't seen the recent episodes. I haven't seen anything at all. It's like it's almost dropped off my radar because it's still there. It's like that and The Simpsons and Family
South
Guy.
Park, they haven't released anything new since sometime last year.
Awesome. So I'm not,
No, you're not. You're not behind. They've just taken a really long hiatus.
And I think they need that because how long has this show been running for?
It's been running for 16 seasons.
I know.
So,
that's a long time. It's even worse than The Simpsons, for goodness sakes. I personally think that The Simpsons right now is now built on an algorithm that Google provides. They don't have to write it anymore. They get the computer animation, they put it in there, algorithm, add it on top of it. There you go, this is an episode. And we'll keep going until the ratings go down.
Well, the thing is, like, Trey Parker, Matt Stone, they signed on for another several seasons of South Park.
Wow!
Like, they actually signed on for it. So
interesting.
There's going to be these seasons of South Park. It's just a matter of when they actually start coming out.
For sure. You know what? With all that being said, let's basically step away from the script for a second here, and let's talk about some more cartoon stuff since we're over
cartoon stuff.
All right. And basically, we'll get back to the rest of our TV stuff afterwards. Because I think this is a really good transition for me to be. Have you been watching any new North American animation television stuff at all?
North American animation television.
That's right.
No.
No. And then the funny thing is that there's a reason for it. Because it's all crap. There's nothing out there. Like, the thing is that the bottom of my list back 3 to 4 months ago was, what was it? The Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yep.
Which is basically Disney's first crack at the actual Marvel franchise. And it was bad, but it was slowly building back up to something that's decent. Because it should have been Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends Part 2, Introducing the Shield, or something like that type of thing. But the thing is that they're building it back up, and the thing is that they're playing nothing but more Spider-Man stuff, and that seemed to be growing, such as Deadpool and stuff like that type of thing, which I thought was really cool. But however, it was the bottom of my list. Now it's almost the top of my list because now you got the new horrible
Teen
Smash.
Titans Go.
Well, Teen Titans Go, Batman, and Beware the Batman. I gotta tell you, a lot of people have been saying, "Oh, it's awesome!" Blah blah blah. I personally think they got a frontal lobotomy with a coat hanger from the people from Warner Brothers if they think this is actually any good at all. It is horrible, every way, shape, and form. The script is bad. Katana, the character, is bad. The new take in Alfred is just horrible, deplorable, if I may even push it forward. The aspect of Bruce Wayne, he should be caught by now, because here's what's going on. All right, picture this. I'm a playboy.
Yeah.
And I have a big, giant social profile that I have to keep up. So I gotta be around girls, everything else like that. Yep. All of a sudden, I have this Asian female driver. All right, she's hot, not a problem. Where's the actual black PCV stuff, the whole 9 yards, blah, 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 blah. All of a sudden with Batman, he gets a sidekick named Katana, who's an actual Asian that wears the exact same friggin' outfit. Putting 2 and 2 together is almost worse than Clark Kent and Superman, if you know what I mean. So Maj is going, really? Really? And on top of that, you have Alfred, the new Alfred 2.0. Not you, but 2.0. And the thing is that his costume, when he actually integrates with actual villains, is the exact same thing. So it's sort of like, hi, Bruce Wayne, Batman, Bruce Wayne, secret identity, no longer secret, because basically I have an Asian driver and an English butler that basically looks like he's lifted weights every single day for the last 25 years. And these are my servants that work under me. And I'm Bruce Wayne, I have the same guys over here. Wow. This makes no sense to me. Like, the whole aspect of being a detective, running in the shadows, and the outside, out the window, who cares? Plus, on top of that, I'm going to push things a bit further here. I think the animation is absolutely deplorable for this episode as well. The thing is that with animation, I went to Sheridan College, kids, so I know what the hell I'm talking about. The whole aspect behind gravity, such as the cape flowing in the wind and stuff like that, it looks like complete garbage. Like, the thing is that it took me a very long time to warm up the whole Green Lantern thing when they use this 3D animation process.
Yeah.
And I gotta tell you, when I first saw it, I've been saying the exact same words I've seen now. But however, the thing is, the Green Lantern didn't run around with a cape. And on top of that, when they reintroduced the whole universe, everything else like that, the whole thing started to make sense to me, because basically here they are reintroducing the character, reintroducing all the different power colors and stuff like that, so forth and so forth. So the thing is that all of this just clicked together. With Beware the Batman, horrible. Horrible, 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 horrible. And the thing is that, remember, the reason I'm this critical with this particular franchise, because remember, these are the same people that gave us Batman the Animated Series that was actually winning awards for its animation and its actual, for its innovation and everything else like that. And this show has none of this. Like, they had this one preview called, I think, Batman in China or something like that. I'll put the links on the Weekly Trending fandom page. And the thing is that was awesome. I was very happy with that. It was growing its legs, but I thought that was really cool. And with this, it has none of that. None of that at all. Plus, on top of that, you know, I was thinking about how can they reintroduce Batman to a new audience. And one of the few things that they're doing is that they're going back to the original concepts of the works of Batman. And long story short here, they're playing all those out. And the thing is, it's a total generation between A to B. So I'm hoping that this gets flushed down the toilet as quickly as possibly can. And as you mentioned before, you got Teen Titans. Anyone to watch the full season of Teen Titans and watch Teen Titans Go and tell me which one they like more. Just absolutely mind-boggling.
Yeah.
Just wow. And I could be here ranting all day, if you know what I mean. But however, to move forward, some things that really got my attention in a very positive way. Legend of Korra, Book 2, Spirits, just came out.
Yep.
Or Book 3, I think it is. And I got to tell you, I'm impressed by this. This is not too bad at all. I sort of saw the writing on the wall. And people who are in the Legend of Korra are making internet memes already as we're talking. Because basically, what they come up with is that the day that the water, what's it called? The Water Clan? No, not Clan. What are those guys called again, 2.0?
Oh. I haven't watched Legend of Korra.
All right, but basically, when the Water Legion guys or whatever basically came in and attacked their own particular clan, which I thought was absolutely hilarious.
Really?
Yeah. So the Water Clan people have separated from North and South, and it's based on actually the family that actually divided. And the thing is that the younger brother is evil. And he wants to basically take over the whole Water Clan and stuff like that, and which is totally contradictory towards what we've been seeing for the last 2-3 seasons of Avatar. So, should be interesting how all this all wraps up.
Yeah.
Nation, the Water Nation, that's it, because basically the Fire Nation was the aggressor. So what's happening this time, the Water guys are the aggressors, which should be very, very interesting. So that was pretty cool. And also, something that really got my attention, which I liked a lot, was Transformers Predacons Rising. This was an awesome way to bookend that. I thought the bookend was already in place. No, I was mistaken. They had a little bit more gas in the gas tank, and they pumped out an hour and 5-minute movie, and I thought it was really well done, because basically they completely capped everything up. They had like a solid bookend now on how things work, and it's very, very interesting. I highly recommend it. Those links are already on the Weekly Trending fandom page, and to access that, use your favorite internet search browser. And go to www.wtfshow.com/Facebook, and you can see all the links I put up there. And I gotta tell you, folks, this is really well done. So I would highly recommend, if it's already been released on Blu-ray, to go to your favorite independent video store and basically pick up a copy, because I think it's just that good. But however, watch it first. Don't take my word for it. Let us know what you think, and that's really good. That. So, on your end of things, do you have anything you wish to add to the ongoing conversation?
The ongoing conversation. The only thing in terms of animation that I've been paying attention to a couple of things. 2 web series that are going on. Red versus Blue. Yeah. Very nice turns. Ruby. Again, from the same people, but unbelievable.
Yeah, no, for sure. And the thing is that if you enjoy Ruby, and if you enjoy what's happening with Red versus Blue and the other stuff like that, again, you would really like Legends of Korra, thank you, and also Transformers Predacons Rising, which is I think is really, really cool. So basically, let's conclude our television stuff here and jump back into another section of television, which is wrestling. And the thing is that here on the show, we actually talk to a lot of wrestlers and stuff like that because basically they put a lot of themselves on the line for every thing they come out with every show they come out with and everything else like that. And one of the few things that really got my attention is first off, Night of Champions has come and gone. It was an okay pay-per-view. Daniel Bryan won the WWE Championship, and it was very interesting because right afterwards he had an interview with a half-an-hour interview, again, link on the Weekly Training fan page already posted, with one of the people that I think was in Detroit, I think it is, or something like that.
Yep.
He didn't have the belt with him, which is very weird. So basically what was going on here, he was telling the television personality, saying, hey, look, they're putting new decals on and stuff like that. It's taking a bit longer than it should be. So it's like, huh, that's interesting. So after Night of Champions, again, Daniel wins the actual WWE Championship. Plus, on top of it, all the belts pretty much stayed the same throughout. I think there were good matches, but the bad guys won everything except for the last match, which the good guys won. So the thing is that now we hit in the Raw, and Dusty Rhodes made an appearance, the American Dream himself. So that was fairly interesting on how all that played out into itself. And then the Big Show come in because what happened was that Stephanie McMahon was basically telling Dusty Rhodes that to choose which son gets a job here. We have one opening, but I got 2 kids. So you can choose which one. And the funny thing is, I'm going, is this a no-brainer? Give it to the younger kid because the older kid has his actual other contacts with like TNA and stuff like that, and he can run over there. And also on top of it, one of the few things I don't like what's happening in wrestling at WWE right now, they're hanging people's jobs over their heads. Don't they understand that these particular franchise people just happen to be superstars in the industry, and finding work will not be a problem, especially when they could dictate and how much money they could have and stuff like that? Like, this is the only part I don't get. But however, hopefully things will become more clear. But the thing is that overall, I think that Raw was okay. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't a complete waste of time. As a matter of fact, I was watching that when I was over at Bobby's eating free wings, like 40 pounds of wings. Again, the equivalent to a small child I was eating. Yep. And the thing is that what got my attention, the matches themselves were okay. But however, what really got my attention is the end of the program, where actually the beginning of the program where Daniel Bryan gets his belt stripped, which is a dumb storyline. It really, really is. Because the thing is that, again, we all know what's going on. There's 100 ways they could have done this, but they took it from this perspective. But whatever. But again, the point of all this is simply this. The way that the crowd popped at the end of Raw, was completely amazing. And what I mean by that is that I haven't seen people get off of their seats like this since Stone Cold Steve Austin, chanting yes, 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 yes. And because of that, I think that the WWE has to be very careful on how they cultivate this plot, because the last thing they want to do is lose that momentum. And the thing is that I understand where they're coming from a running perspective, trying to push Bryan Daniels down so the crowd keeps going up type of thing, which I totally get. But the thing is, from all of this, the crowd just went completely ballistic. Like, completely ballistic. Authors going, yeah, yeah! And it was like, my goodness, I've never seen anything pop like this, at least in the last 5 to 6 years. Even when John Cena was running around doing anything, I've never seen the people jump out of their seats like this. So it should be very interesting how Raw, basically WWE play out things from this point forward. Well, that being said, we do have an interview with a wrestler that I like a lot, wrestler/actor. His name is Brutus Clay, and we got very, very lucky at Fan Expo with an interview with him. So that being said, let's cue up the video there, and we will play it for our listening audience.
All right, here we go.
Really appreciate
You're welcome, man.
Cheers.
Boom. We're live.
Howdy, folks. How you doing? What's up? I'm coming to you live from your favorite media device. Anyways, as we're talking about all weekend long, we're here at the Fan Expo in the Torontos, and we kind of got...
Oh,
you're
hey.
Brutus Clay.
My disguise failed me.
It did! My goodness, folks. We have Brutus Clay here live with us at Fan Expo. And first question, sir. How are you enjoying today's show?
I'm loving it, but my question is, how did you find me? Like, I got the hat, I got glasses.
The thing is that when you're in the reception, you got mad cow syndrome. The thing is that sometimes you see things that people are not supposed to see. Then you put 2 and 2 together and you get 5. And the next thing you know, you're on the weekly trending fandom show with myself, Recepit.
Awesome, awesome. I'm doing great today. I've been walking around, spending a bunch of money, getting at the same time supporting my movie. So I'm just having an all-around tremendous day.
You're in a movie?
I'm in a movie.
What is your movie about, good sir?
People dying. It's called No One Lives.
Awesome. Awesome. So how does your character feel in this movie called No One Lives?
In the beginning, he feels great, and then he meets the other bad guy, and then he's not feeling so good.
Oh my goodness gracious. And when is this movie expected to come out?
Actually, the DVD release was this Tuesday, so it's out now. You can actually buy it anywhere. There it is, right there.
That's right.
Check it
out. Yeah, check it out. It's not bad. Why aren't you on the movie?
I'm actually the guy he's looking at. And,
really?
If you look at the back of the DVD, I'm on the back of it. So.
There we go. That's not bad. Pretty good. All right. All right. So basically,
Luke Evans is a pretty good guy to put on if your movie you're gonna do it. Yeah.
So basically, I got a couple of questions. I know you're busy, and we'll get out of your hair, sir. First question is, how did you break into the business, especially with the wrestling industry?
Actually, how I got up in WWE was I broke up a bar fight.
Okay.
And working at a club, and I did it with a lot of. I was laughing at the guys who were fighting, and it's what it's called, a suitcase. And I bumped the little heads together. I carry them out by their pants. So I carry both guys out. And a gentleman by the name of Tommy Dreamer, who I know you know, discovered me, and he was like, "You need to do this on TV." And I was like, "Hey, you guys ain't hiring." And as a lifelong fan and growing up watching the stuff, and I was actually just excited they had come to the place I worked, which is Saddle Ranch. So it was a good thing, and just kind of went from there.
I dig it. I dig it. And when you got the call from Vince Kennedy McMahon, how did this all take place?
Well, actually, he didn't call me. He's a busy man.
Sure.
Tommy Dreamer called.
Or just a giant?
You know what? It's like the Wizard of Oz. You know what I mean? Like, get behind the curtain. Only he's as big as he's the guy behind the curtain. So yeah, it was awesome. Just an awesome experience. And as a wrestling historian, to be a part of it was really cool.
For sure, for sure. So your character, or for this conversation, your character, Brutus Clay, and the whole wrestling aspect, you came out as a squashing monster to begin with, and now you're this kind, gentle creature of darkness that picks up children. Also, you're with this other huge monster character, and the thing is that you guys can just be lying waste to the WWE when it comes down to stuff like that. And how does all come to be, going from transition A to transition B?
Well, for one thing, nothing works unless it's not a part of you.
Okay.
And I had a tremendous chip on my shoulder, wanting to get established in the WWE and fighting through like stereotypes and the big guy stuff, and looking a certain way and not having abs and all that stuff. So Brutus Clay, being angry, was a very real thing for me. But at the same time, the Funkasaurus is who I am in the back, like laughing, and you know what? I think there is a happy marriage of the two, and I'm still working on that, trying to get the two of them together as one. But when you think of great entrances, Apollo Creed, and he coming out, and it's a good time, and then once the bell rang, it's time, baby, it's time, it's on, So that's where I'm kind of trying to get my character to. And once we get there, I think we'll be championship material.
Sure. And believe it or not, we're the Weekly Trending Fandom Show. Wait for that day to happen when you and Sweet Tea basically lay waste to everyone on the WWE and say, we're now champions, and
we're going to put hands on them, reach out and touch them.
Exactly.
And smile, though.
Exactly. So basically, my second last question, because I know you're busy, what would you recommend for individuals trying to break into business today?
Get your education first. Like, I have a bachelor's degree in physical education and child development. So get your paper first, and then find a reputable school, and get your train on, and work on and get in front of that mirror. Story, not to be afraid of the camera, and you should be successful.
Excellent. All right.
Never accept no.
There you go. Always keep moving forward.
Kicking your own doors.
Exactly. Even the second or third no, keep moving forward.
Yes.
Wonderful advice, sir. So final question. When you're not being the man you are, which is basically crushing small around the WWE, making movies, jet flying, doing everything else like that, what do you do for fun, sir?
I play my Xbox, feed my fish, and lift weights.
Awesome. So that being said, I know you're busy. We're going to wrap up the sign here. So thank you very much for basically being the Weekly Trending Fandom Show, sir. And hopefully we'll see you on TV holding the gold. With you and your partner, that'd be fantastic.
Depending on which championship we're talking about. Pretty much. And you do know that.
All right. Anyways, we'll just wrap up here. So anyways, folks, it's the Weekly Trending Fandom Show broadcast here at CKMS Sound FM. We report through the FM dial every Tuesday from 12 until... So that wasn't too bad. That's Brutus Clay. a friend of the show now.
A friend of the show now.
That's right. And we're slowly moving up there with all the actual people we've interviewed and everything else. I gotta tell you, folks, here at the Weekly Trending Fandom Show, we're basically breaking in all the new interviews and we're pushing things forward as much as we possibly can in a positive way. And you should stay tuned to our actual broadcast every Tuesday until 2 here on CKMS Sound FM. Plus, on top, you can follow all crazy shenanigans, which is www.thewtfshow.com. So, yeah, Brutus Clay. He's a gamer. Who knew? And hopefully, yep, who knew? But you do now since you tuned in. So basically, getting back to more wrestling stuff here, just very, very quickly.
Yep.
One of the few things I am impressed with, because one of the things I complained about several months ago, was how the tag team division of WWE is completely non-existent. But however, that's actually being changed right now, just because the thing is that they're actually bringing some new elements to the actual dance, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And it seems to be working out quite well. Plus, on top of that, the U.S. champion is doing well as well. Plus, on top of that, the actual fight for the Intercontinental belt that seems to be working out as well. So I'm very impressed in how WWE is coming up with everything, and it just should be really, really cool to see what takes place both in the midterm and the long term, and also the short term as well. So, whew. That's a lot of talking. So that being said, let's take a break here, and we'll come back with some more Weekly Trending Fandoms. How does that sound?
Works perfectly.
Perfect. Let's cook up some stuff for the break.